Okay, so I imagine everybody's looking over those now. Just understand that in character, the only two that have knowledge of them are Pedalin and Madame Beldam. And provided that there is no more story time, we will go ahead and move forward with the rest once people are done with that.
I mean, I'm good. So
Okay. Anybody
I'm-
else still? Pedalin,
Yeah.
you will have plenty of opportunity to look over things, I imagine.
Yes, I'm not bothering to look over them right
Page
now.
4 and 5 are identical, apparently.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Let me make sure that the correct one was. Why are those gone?
While you're looking for that, can I have a conversation with Udanar?
Do you need it to be in secret?
No?
Then yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I'm still just reading.
So after getting back with the madam, I'll see that Egg is trying to rest and not disturb him. He's had a very, very trying day. You know, with water all the time. And I'll go over to Udanar, who's mumbling to himself, and I'll try to look over his shoulder and see what he's reading.
I'm currently reading Litany of Bahamut.
Bahamut, the dragon god.
Yes.
His platinum scales brighter than the. 5 should be updated.
So, are any of those to your mysterious benefactor in the clouds?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Well, I did, but it wasn't very funny.
Oh, you made a joke. I just stare at you
attempted
deadpan.
to make a joke.
And then I excitedly just like show you the page, like pointing to it, and just like start talking about some probably random bullshit you don't care about how like I've heard this name before or whatever. I didn't realize other people other than the people I would travel with would talk about like these gods or whatever. Like I thought for a long time they were maybe even just made up. This is amazing. Like other people knew of these names and had stories about them and things to say. Like I'm just excited.
But none of them none of them say anything about the person that you talk to, I guess? I don't know. Talk to? Was that the right terminology? Can you talk to gods?
One doesn't necessarily talk to a god. They divine them. It's hard to explain.
But none of these are your guy, I guess.
These do not appear to have anything to do with them, no.
Well, I'm glad you found something interesting, I guess.
I just smile and continue reading unless you have something else to say.
So as you read through your litanies, your coin will spin of its own accord.
Okay. Feeling it, I just kind of like move it away from my body a little bit to let it free a little more, or spin a little more freely, and take a look at it.
You get the feeling that you aren't the only one observing what you're looking at as you do so.
Is there a... let's say this takes about an hour that I'm reading them from when she talked to me. Is there one god in specific that it spins harder or less on as I am reading their pages?
Let me see. Who do you have again? You've got
Mordrak, Moradin, Bahamut, Vecna, and Sindor.
Let me pull up what I have from my notes first.
Gotcha.
If I make any statements. Be the answer is yes. Pulling up which is which.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
As you look that up, I'm going to hand journal pages over to Chain to look over, except for pages 4 and 5,
Okay.
and keep those to myself.
Okay. So, is it in the loot? Where did I put the?
Is this in your OneNote document?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where I put this very specific thing.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Loots. Mordrak, Moradin, Bahamut, Vecna.
Yeah.
No. No. Only Mordrak. And during that one, what happens is the coin will spin and stop on a particular face, and then almost as though it's fighting itself, it will like wobble and then spin and stop on another face, and like it just repeats that. So it's no longer just like a smooth spinning, like perhaps everything is in agreement or harmony. It's almost as though there is a fight over who gets or over what is looking at it, if that makes sense.
Right. So kind of like revving up and down, and like stopping and randomly.
It'll spin and stop, and then it'll just like wobble as though it's
Yeah.
trying to stay still, but something else is trying to spin it.
Okay. This might be against my better judgment, but noticing this, when it stops and it starts wobbling again, I'm going to try to hold it still.
Okay. So the first time you do that, you place your hand over it, trying to hold it still, and it's just like a searing pain. Let's see, who would it be?
I'll try to
Who's
withstand
first?
it if I need
Oh
to.
no! Don't throw your d6s like that. Goodbye. I didn't want it anyway. So the first one that popped up was a lily, and you're trying to hold the lily in place.
Okay.
Then yes, you feel like violent mood swings and just like this almost utter blankness in your mind to accompany the searing pain of your hand.
You're already missing some fingertips. Just hold it with the bones.
Make a wisdom saving throw, I suppose.
Sure.
And no, you're unable to hold on. Just the blink of your mind and the torrent of mood changes, you just kind of lose your grip for a moment.
Okay.
And it begins to it spins to the next face and stops on Quill and begins to rattle and jostle and shake before it spins again and lands on Wheat. Almost as though there are three siblings all vying to look through a single peephole.
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to put those pages face down on the ground.
Okay.
As if you know what? We're done for now.
Okay.
This is getting too intense. I couldn't harness any of this, and I don't want there to be a fight between something greater than myself.
Sure. So you put the litanies of Mordrak down, and the spinning, like the spinning resumes.
Okay.
As soon, like, if you pull out another litany, or if not, then it just stops.
Yeah, I'll pull one out. Let's say Vecna. I'll pull Vecna out.
Okay. So it spins, but you'll notice that Lily seems to be taking most of the time as a face.
Yeah, reading a few passages, I think it makes sense to me.
Sure.
Why? For a moment, it's like, all right. I think I'm gonna call it a night there. I'm pretty tired, and I don't know that I have the energy to deal with whatever that was about today. But I file that in my mind and as a player in my notes for later.
Sure.
Before we actually take our sleep, I'd like to do one more thing.
One more thing.
Yeah, I wanna go up to Udinar.
Okay.
I know we only met a few hours ago, and I mean we've had a little bit of a life and death type of situation here, and I'm gonna pull out the gnarly looking evil ass tome.
Okay.
And would you mind putting some blood on one of these pages? I mean, I understand if you say no, but I'm really trying to figure out what this book does, and it seems to react to different kinds of blood.
He stares at you blankly, and then moments ago he like put his little holy symbol that he was playing with away. He just slowly like grabs it while still looking at you blankly and starts spinning the coin to see if I can maybe get some insight as to what the hell is going on with this book. Okay. From across the room. He was DMing from across the room. I think he said I need to grab the book. So, the feeling you get is that he's not opposed to it, but he's rather unsure, so he just wants some guidance in this moment.
Take your time.
So basically take like
as I hold the book open
yeah
in front of you to a blank page.
So I had to go and grab the book first.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. All right, so you spin your coin.
Mm-hmm.
It lands on the quill.
Okay. I just kind of say, like, in my mind, kind of, as I look at this and concentrate, that this person I just met is seeking greater knowledge. What is your opinion of this matter?
You know my opinion on this matter, is the reply that bounces back.
I say, do you know what the knowledge they seek is?
I do not. Echoes the reply.
Only
And
one
a
way
follow-up echo is, does it matter?
I prick my finger and say, where do I put it?
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just smear it on the page.
Okay, I do so, I guess. Like, I just move my finger around in a messy manner.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not in this book. Which book is Furbolgen?
I don't remember.
Get up again.
No, I have the other books.
I think it's the same book as my book.
It's in Volo's, right?
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was Volo's.
Sorry, I looked first. I didn't see it, but I may have just missed.
Because that is the one I don't have.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, Udinar, you see your blood begins to just kind of like wiggle and change into this like gibberish script.
Okay.
And then, Madame Beldam, I will give you a write-out in a little bit.
Right. I know what it's gonna say,
Yes,
but
right. But I will send the write up.
and as the text scrawls on the page, you see Beldam like reading through the gibberish you couldn't make sense of is no problem for her to read at all. Just says, interesting. All right, and then closes the book. Thank you, and walks away.
Before you walk away, I ask, so what did it say?
It just told me what kind of creature you are.
Oh,
Some very basic information, but it seems every entry always says it requires blood from another source.
I see. I could have just told you what this form is.
But isn't this more interesting?
I just kind of smile and nod. Indeed.
All right, now we can sleep.
Okay. So, with nothing else remaining,
I did enjoy being able to see.
with nothing else remaining, everybody go ahead and take the benefits of a long rest. And as we awaken the next morning, we will find what everybody is. Well, a few people have been dreading. Welcome, Egg the Handless, Pedal in the Puddle, and Chain the Blind, Deaf, and was it Taste?
Yep.
Tasteless? Yeah.
Hands, no. I need those to do all the things.
I guess like I would wake up thinking, boy, it's good to not have any problems with me, and look around at the group just being like, oh, well, So, Pedalin is just a puddle, like,
Yes.
of like fleshy goo?
Yeah.
She's like a flesh-colored puddle, and that all of her equipment like is on top of.
Right.
About how much volume of goo would you say?
I'm not doing that math. At approximately a half elf, half gnome sized. How tall are you, Pedalin?
That is a good question. Let me double check. I am 4 feet tall
Okay.
and approximately, I want to say 70 pounds or 80 pounds. I'm like 80 pounds, give or take. Maybe,
So,
maybe
like,
90.
Supposedly, that
80
would be like 30 liters.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Supposedly.
Jar.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go that far. Let's just say it's a puddle. I don't want to ruin this by doing math.
Sure.
Okay, yes, I checked. I am, in fact, 80 pounds.
Oh, that's a little more than what I said then.
Okay.
Whatever.
So, do I notice after looking at the puddle and looking around at the rest of the group that Egg has no hands? Like, is he awake? What's going on?
I don't know. It's the next
Egg?
morning. You guys tell me.
Egg, are you awake?
If
Let's
I'm
roll
awake,
initiative to
I'm
see who
looking
wakes
at
up.
where I have no hands and very troubled because I need those hands to do things.
Do you
All
say
the things
anything?
Egg knows how to do and wants to do, he needs hands for.
Okay, I guess here's what I'm asking. Am I the one waking up and saying, holy shit, you have no hands? Or am I waking up to your screaming when you look down?
Can we roll initiative?
You want to roll initiative?
Yeah,
like,
to see who
for
wakes
the
up
react-
first.
Sure. That's
I
fine.
feel like because it's not like we're all gonna wake up at once.
Sure. I mean, what's the order of your watches?
Okay, I'll just take it then with that.
Okay.
So I wake up and just like look at Pedalin and like as a puddle.
Well, puddle in.
Puddle in. And then I think
God damn it.
I'm gonna run up to the closest person sleeping that I see, who is Egg, and shake him awake. Like, something's happening. We need help. And at that time, when he rolls to like look at me or whatever
Sure.
and wake up, I
When-
notice he
whenever-
doesn't have hands.
Whenever he inevitably reaches up to wipe the sleep from his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. I just notice he doesn't have hands, and I just like point at him It's like, your hands.
Where's your hand?
Where are they?
Where are they?
Hearing
Where
the
I can't
commotion-
see. Hello. Or here. What's going on?
Oh my god.
Waking up from this commotion now.
What?
I hold out a hand to calm down Chain. No, I have no hand.
Relax.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I notice that the three of them are having a moment, and then I see Puddlin on the floor
Mm.
and just fall to my knees because we literally just had a conversation about this. And I'm just kind of like in shock right now.
Guys, are you there?
Sorry, I'm thinking out of character of what I would even do at this fucking nonsense. Waking up.
Egg is trying to hold an axe with his stumps. Seeing if this is workable. It's not.
This is fine.
He's trying though.
Holy shit.
It takes the madam a few moments to gather herself. She'll take a deep breath, and Udinar, you can fix some stuff, can't you? You were able to cure Pedalin's blindness before.
I'm like, you talking to me kind of snaps me a little bit out of it, but I'm still like, I think so. It's worth a try.
Touch Chain, fix his eyes. We need him to see, at least for now. We'll deal with the rest later.
He's deaf, right?
Yeah, right. Guys,
He's just probably like
yeah,
wandering in circles. He doesn't know
prodding
what's going on.
around.
Oh Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna just slowly, or I guess I don't even have to slowly. He's fucking deaf. I'm gonna walk up to him and just like grab him and just kind of like
Oh
try
my
to.
God.
Yeah,
I would attack you.
I know, so I'm gonna try to hold you first.
Okay. So, Chain, you are going to be hugged.
Oh yeah, I'm immediately gonna try to break free from that.
Why? Because, so, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know why your
what's
first
going through
reaction
my head.
here. Yes.
Well, like I don't know what's going on. For all I know, my party members are dead,
Okay.
and I've just been presumably bear hugged from behind
Okay. So,
with no
let's,
warning.
let's do a grapple check, which is going to be Udinar doing athletics
Okay.
versus your athletics or acrobatics.
Wow.
The world's clumsiest grapple.
Yeah.
So let's say, Udinar's kind of tall. Chain's not so big. You try to grab him, and maybe the mild breeze is annoying. And he goes like child, arms in the air, limp noodle to try and escape because being blind and deaf, it's kind of hard.
Sure.
Somehow you keep him in that like half Nelson or whatever you've got him in. So Chain, you've been grabbed, but it doesn't like nobody's doing anything but holding you.
Yeah, I'm not squeezing or anything. Like it doesn't
I would
hurt.
probably
You're just
yell
restrained.
out at first, and then I
Yeah.
might calm down once I realize there's no threat.
So after several panicked shrieks from the Air Ganassi, he perhaps realizes that he isn't in immediate danger and
Mhm.
relaxes. Okay.
Yeah. When he relaxes a little bit, at that time, I don't loosen my grip, but like, I just kind of close my eyes and start like thinking and concentrating in my head, and I will cast this on him.
Okay. So as you reach out to touch him, having the spell cast and feeling the magic flow into him, you recoil at contact. Just like there's almost like this dark, biting resistance to what you do. And you have the innate understanding that your spell was ineffective.
Okay. So I don't, like, take damage or anything from it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be like... I think maybe if anybody's watching this fucking freak show at first, they just kind of see, like, him calming down, and then, like, me closing my eyes, and just, like, both of us being at peace for a second, and then all of a sudden, like, I just start recoiling my head, like, in almost like mental anguish, like a headache or something.
So would you let go of him?
I would let go of him at that point.
Okay,
Yeah.
So Chain might potato to the ground as the magic goes into him and is violently rejected.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep him from falling into the puddle.
Like you've been punched in the gut.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the two of you will share that feeling. And for the briefest moment, as you reached out to him with the magic, you experienced a very brief sensation of blindness, deafness, and tastelessness.
Okay.
I shout out.
I didn't
"Did it
like
work?"
that. It's bad touch.
Shit.
Who's there?
Okay. I look at the madam and just say, we need to get out of here. I think, at least outside this place.
Shit. Egg, hand me that jar.
Hand!
Just now I noticed that he does not have any hands.
Okay.
What? Where are your hands?
Good question.
Uh,
I'm gonna be so mad at them.
I'm gonna
Where-
ask
where-
I'm
Egg
so
if
happy
it
to see them again.
does it
Egg,
hurt?
where's the jar?
No, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
No, in my bag.
I'll cast Mage Hand and use that to rifle through his pack
Oh.
to pull out the oat jar
Okay.
that we've had for
Filled
like 8
with shredded
sessions.
oats.
Yeah.
Just give him the mage hand.
I have to bring the jar to me because I can't open it with the one Mage Hand.
Okay.
So I'll open it and I'll dump the oats out, and I'm gonna try just shoveling in what I can of the puddle into the jar.
Okay. Let's say you've collected I mean, it's a smooth tile floor with there's maybe a few drops of puddle in the grout.
Can I take a rag and like mop it up and then like wring it out into
Oh my god.
into the jar?
I would say yes, but for whatever reason, despite her being a liquid, she isn't absorbed by things.
Ugh.
Well,
It's like slime.
I got most of it. I'm hoping that it's not an issue later on.
That's the only thing you want to try, though, is a rag.
But how am I gonna like scoop it out of the grout?
Mm-hmm.
That's not my problem as the DM, buddy.
I don't have anything I can scoop the rest of it with.
Okay. I need a quick reminder. When can, as a cleric, I change out what my active spells are? Or my prepared spells, rather?
It's part of a long rest.
A long rest? Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we decreed that during a short rest, as long as you take an hour, then I'm okay with you. Well, what did I say? It was like you could change like spell level per hour or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
I think I was letting you guys change one spell out or something like that per spell level for the short rest. I don't remember, but
Yeah, I don't either.
If you want to take a short rest and change something, that's okay, but not everything.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna tell the madam that I think I may be able to ask for some guidance in seeing if we can, if I can do something to help the situation, but I know we just woke up. I need an hour away from all distraction. I need you to kind of hold the fort while I do this. Is that okay?
I'll do what I can. I'm gonna walk over to Chain, like calmly. Okay, I'm gonna touch him with the mage hand first.
Okay.
So in case he like flails.
As long as you lightly touch it. Okay, I'll probably
like,
flinch,
lightly
but I'm not
touch
gonna,
him
like,
on the
attack him.
front shoulder.
Firmly grasp it.
Who's that?
You dolt. And then I'll touch him with the other two hands, so now there's three hands touching him.
Oh, that's weird.
And I will like push him down, like trying to
Yeah,
indicate that I want him to sit.
Water, Helen.
Look at this guy with 3 hands.
I just want him to sit down so he doesn't flail around and
I
rise
will
or
sit.
something.
Yeah.
Egg
Okay.
has fished out his knife and
And then
grabbed it in his mouth and is practicing stabbing things with a.
I'll use the mage hand to pat Chain on the head, and then I will walk over to Egg. I'm going to take the knife from his mouth, and I'm gonna take some rope and tie the knife to his stump.
Wow.
I ask Egg, are you left or right-handed?
Right-handed.
He's
I
neither.
will.
Or I was.
No, hold on. I'm using that noodles. I'm using you. Hold on.
Oh, is that you doing that? Okay.
Yes, that's why it changed.
So I'm gonna tie the knife to his right stump.
Make a survival check. All right, you can have your character sheet back.
Thank you.
All right, you get a decent knot.
Okay.
Egg yells
gonna
at the madam to tell her how to make a better knot. He's well versed
doing
in
what I
knots.
can.
So you
Make it
fortune
better.
teller.
Needs to be tight.
you tell her that she could have done a better job.
Okay. This is not gonna hold up. Ugh.
I mean,
Don't put
You-
your eye out.
you
We have enough
believe
of that right now.
your natural understanding of ropes, having been a seafaring person, you know that the knot that she tied will definitely hold up for a jab or two, but you definitely don't want to go slashing, and it's not a long-term solution.
Yeah.
It's not a long-term solution.
Oh.
You just keep making those jokes, and that puddle timer is going to
Egg
go
is more
over.
disappointed. Because of the low quality of this knot, he can't trust her to tie something bigger to his arm.
Okay, so I've taken care of the two of them for now, and so I have this jar full of petalin at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and place a card on the ground, place the jar on top of the card, and start casting a spell.
Okay.
And as the spell completes, 2 very muscular sets of arms pop out from the side of the jar, and it lifts itself up, and 2 more very muscular legs pop out from the bottom.
Oh my god.
And the jar is now a tiny servant.
Okay.
So
Can
I
you
will
make
have-
arms pop out of my arms?
I
So
can't
it is-
taste either.
Okay, so that will last for 8 hours, and I will just have it follow me around
Okay.
in the meantime. But now there is this glass jar with very muscular arms and legs just
Mhm.
trotting around.
Yeah. Will you pop Tiny Servant up so that people can see the description?
Sure.
Also, so that I have a record of the spell having been cast. Thank you. Sure. All right.
Okay. In
What
the
next?
meantime, I am meditating and praying to my gods or whatever about how to remove, like, how I'm basically asking them for the power or wisdom or whatever to know what this evil could be and how to remove it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know what spell you're looking for.
I had to add it because I'm gonna have to add these as we go, as we play.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Well, this is one you can drag in.
Okay, so like mechanically, I can change it. Then we'll say an hour's gone by, or do you want me to do something?
Sure. If there's nothing else for Madame Beldam to do, wrangling her garden of misfits.
Her circus troupe.
Yeah, her menagerie of misfits.
She must feel at home.
So yeah, maybe it's back in the freak show. So you're asking for guidance and what you know if there's a power that can be granted of you that might help you in dealing with the predicament before you.
Mm-hmm.
And the resounding reply you get is yes. And you feel as though the knowledge has been passed on to you to cast whatever spell it is that you requested. I'm not going to tell you just in case you get it wrong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I might have gotten it wrong, so I'm gonna give it a whirl, I guess. So I'm gonna just say that I maybe like moved away from this whole group and walk back into it.
You have it in the wrong level.
Is it not? Oh, you're right. It is one more up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just click and drag it, or do I have to add it there?
I think you can. But it
You have to unlock that section under the spell level and then drag it into there.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And I need to go feed the dog. I know we're kind of down a couple of functioning players, but...
A couple functioning players. Oh my god, it's not doing it because it's in a separate window for me. Okay.
So I'll be back in a bit.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah, you can't drag stuff when they're popped out.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
It's super annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it won't let you drag it between spell levels.
Oh. Okay, I'll just add it then. No big deal.
There, I did it.
Oh. Okay,
You
well,
can just drag it in from the compendium.
from the actual compendium, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will take that in. Cool.
Who is munching into their microphone?
Lizard.
You are fired.
My push to talk was locked on for some reason. Weird.
Okay, so
You eating ice?
I was.
it sounded refreshing, so that's good, I guess. I'll walk back into this freak show and just kind of, first of all, go over to Chain.
So you walk back in, and what you see is Egg jabbing at the air with a knife lashed to his arm, maybe. You see the jar with arms and legs that contains a fleshy liquid, along with a few drops left in the grout. You see Chain sitting on the ground, probably like touching his tongue, and I don't know what else he would be doing, but sitting definitely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Don't know what I'd do either.
And Madame Beldam sitting in the center of the three of them, just kind of with her head in her hands.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Chain and just like, this is touch, right? Yes, it is. Okay. I'm just gonna like reach out a hand and then very lightly just kind of like on his forehead, just kind of like wipe my hand across his forehead and just like think really, really hard, basically, just meditatively, and just try this here.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and
Okay.
prayers.
I will do. What's your spell save DC?
15.
Okay. Chain, as you sit there and feel this gentle caress across your forehead, you gain this overwhelming nausea, and just like your guts begin to churn, and you might double over, and Chain just begins to vomit out this black liquid. It's a small puddle of black liquid, but so it's just like in one unclean, vomitous pearl, your sight, hearing, and sense of taste slowly begin to return to you.
Don't get any vomit in the ground.
Oh, it's too late. There's vomit in the ground.
Oh no. Not vomit in the grout.
I guess I would hurl, and then like, how long does it take for my senses to return?
You begin to get a very, very fuzzy sense of vision almost immediately after vomiting. You've got a sharp ringing in your ears, and some of the worst taste in your mouth.
Ugh.
Just like vomit and morning breath had a baby in your mouth.
Gross.
Once that like clears up a little bit and senses return to me, I'd just say, like, what's going on? What happened? I'd rub my eyes and spit.
Spit. I love it. I just say, I don't know, but I was told this would help, so luckily.
As your vision begins to return to you, you may notice the muscular jar of fleshy liquid and the handless with a knife strapped to his arm egg.
What? Were we attacked?
I nod. In some manner of speaking, it seems so, yes.
What is that? So point towards the jar o' peddling.
Yeah, I guess I would just say, like, you
It's
don't...
some wizard stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Follow-up question might be, where is Petalin?
That was the plan.
As all of her equipment is still on the ground where she slept.
Wait, where's peddling?
She's in the jar. Egg gestures with the knife.
What? What happened to your hands? What?
That's yeah. No, it's a good question. I'd like to know the answer.
What?
Have you seen them? Egg gesturing with his knife, and
I just started seeing again. I didn't see anything.
So, at this point, I think I would look at where your hands would be, Egg, and just think to myself, I don't know how this is gonna work with you. Like, I don't know that I can cure this. I don't know if I can cure not having hands. Because the thing that I do is kind of take out the bad, not give you limbs back, necessarily. I guess I'm willing to try it, though.
sure, I'll try things.
So, yeah, let's try it, I guess. What's the worst that could happen? I'm just gonna ask you to hold out your hands.
Worst thing that happen is I don't have hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to hold out your hands and then remember and catch myself at the last second, like, oh, sorry. And so, like, present your stumps, I guess.
I present them.
Okay,
The knife does not cut you, but is closer to you than you would like.
sure. I'm just gonna kind of like rub my hands together really fast, like trying to warm it up in the winter or something, standing outside. And then just kind of like breathe heavily into them. And then just put one hand on each of your stumps. And just like close my eyes and start meditating, I guess.
Are you casting it again?
I'm casting it again, yeah.
Okay. As you do so, you feel the magic leave you and enter into Egg. And give me one moment. Uh, No, that wouldn't do anything. Okay, so you know the magic flows into Egg. Egg, you feel a bit magicked. I'm not sure what that would feel like in this instance, but nothing happens. Your hands are still missing.
I just kind of look
still don't
disappointed
have
at
hands.
him and say, told you.
Where did they go? Hands, come back! Please, I'm sorry.
At this point, I would look over to the jar and just be like, I don't even know where to start with that one.
Susanna, is your phone out here? Because I think I hear your 6 o'clock alarm going off.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm muted anyway, so I guess carry on and I'll come grab it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you cast remove curse, but it doesn't seem that there was a curse to remove.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured too. So these stumps where his hands would like have finished off his arm, basically, they're not bloody at all, right? It's just kind of like skin.
It's as though he never had like if you were to take a perfectly hot, thin, like one molecule thick blade and run it across his wrists.
So like where his hands would have started, it ends.
Yes.
So we can see like bone and
Yes.
oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's so much worse than what I had imagined.
Yeah, that's so much grosser.
It's not bleeding or anything.
Right.
Just like they're
They just aren't there.
I check under my pillow.
There are no hands under your pillow.
Check.
Where did you last leave them?
It's always in the last place you look.
Or if it were
Right
in-
here!
If it were in the first place you looked and you kept looking, then there's something else wrong.
Yep, exactly. That's why it's always in the last.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look over to Beldam at this point and just be like, I think you're gonna have to help me come up with some answers, because I don't even know where to start with the hands, let alone that, and I'll point to the little muscular bottle that's doing whatever.
Starts dancing.
And if not, maybe we need to find somebody who can help us.
So did Petalin turn into a jar with hands and legs?
No, she's the stuff in the jar.
Yeah, I'll take 5 minutes to explain what we saw that you didn't when we woke up.
Yeah, you might notice the shredded oats now coated in viscous black liquid lying on the floor nearby.
Ugh.
Is that the jar of oats?
Yes.
You put Petalin into the jar of oats?
Where else were we gonna put her? I
Yeah.
didn't leave her on the floor.
Of course we did.
What?
This guy didn't think we put Petalin in the jar.
I mean, we kept Madame Beldam in there.
Can you
Yeah, she liked it.
fix her?
Wait, who? Petalin?
Yes.
That's literally what I'm talking about right now. Is I need some
Do
help.
the same thing you did for me. Remember, I don't know.
Remove her blindness? How would we know? How would we know if the puddle is no longer blind?
I mean, maybe she would feel better.
Yeah, that's true. I could say some soothing
Is there
words
like
to her.
an eyeball floating in the jar?
No.
Gross.
Just gotta ask.
Yeah, just like different organs floating in this fleshy mound. Gross.
Hey, Pippi,
The imp peeks out from your hood.
we've got a bit of a situation.
Pippi nods.
I wonder if you could provide any insight, if you might know what manner of magic this might be. We have Exhibit A here is a puddle, and Exhibit B is missing his hands.
Egg checks the desk to see if his hands are behind it or under it or
They are
somewhere in it.
not.
Let's see if we maybe misplaced them.
So Pippi looks at Exhibit A, looks at you and shrugs, snaps his tiny fingers, and there's a briefest tiny little flash behind his eyes. And he looks back at you and he nods.
I will cast the Helm of Understanding on myself.
Okay.
Well, do you know, Pippi?
Pippi nods.
Do you want to tell us?
Pippi shakes his head.
Why not?
Pippi looks at you. He looks at the rest of you, and then he looks at himself. And he kind of arches an eyebrow, or where an eyebrow would be. He's hairless. So like the ridge of his forehead lifts slightly on one side.
Because the sooner we figure this out, the sooner we can get you back.
Pippi nods.
Pippi, do you know if this is a curse or some sort of magic or a hex?
Pippi nods.
Okay, we'll go one by one. A curse?
Pippi just looks at you.
Magic?
Pippi slowly and sarcastically nods.
Okay. Do you know if it's powerful magic?
The eyes get wider and he nods. He gestures
Okay.
to his stomach and like makes a sad face.
We
Are
have
you hungry,
oats.
Pippi?
Pippi, again, that sarcastic nod.
I offered you bread before, but you were too good for it.
Sticks out his tongue and makes a face.
Okay. I'll pull out some rations. I'm like, do you want meat? I got some dried meat, Pippi.
Pippi takes the meat and like gently flutters down with some awkward flight and dips it in the black liquid before eating it all up.
Mm,
Uh,
okay. I'm gonna be real, Pippi. That was a little weird, but you do you, I suppose.
what is that?
Pippi climbs back up to your hood, and
What
lies
is-
down, begins gently snoring.
What? Did he just eat my vomit?
You know what? We'll just leave it there.
What?
Since he pointed out that it's magic, can I do an Arcana check to try and discern anything about Pedalin's current form?
You might want to detect magic first.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna need 10 minutes, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Egg is now wondering if he should eat the black liquid.
Do you inspect the black liquid, or are you just thinking it?
He sniffs it.
It smells like flower, like dying flower. So like almost like a sickly sweet, like a rose.
What are you doing there, Egg?
Extreme measures. Extreme measures.
Oh, that's what you fucking did. God damn it. That was out of character.
Oh, all right.
You can, if you want to share your out of character epiphany, that's okay.
Oh, well, I don't know. So it was you making the comment that it smells like a rose when we
Mhm.
were in the garden. Shane took a fucking flower before we went through.
Yeah, I forgot I had that rose.
Yep, so that's probably what cursed you.
There's so many things we did that could have cursed us.
That's very true.
We all ate the fucking fruit. He stole the entire tree.
What fruit did you eat?
I did not eat any fruit.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I
me
took
either.
I took a good berry. That's right.
Yeah, nobody ate the good berries.
Yeah. Speaking of, any that you took off the bush are now rotted
Oh,
and inedible.
Are there any left on the bush?
I think you guys cleaned it off.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
I took, just so everybody knows, I took all 15 off, so they would
Yeah.
be now rotted in my pack of stuff.
Which is good.
No, just her is goo.
Oh,
Her
right,
stuff
right,
is
right.
not goo.
Does that mean when we bring her back, she's gonna come back naked?
I
With
don't
her
know.
butt stuck in a jar.
Hopefully you didn't miss her butt.
Maybe we missed your hands.
Have we had our 10 minutes for ritual
Yeah.
casting? Okay. So what do my special eyes see?
Okay, so you complete casting of detect magic, and the first things that you notice are the regular glow or regular aura and sense of the standard magic items that everybody's carrying. But you also notice the magic in the room. So the torches on the walls are magic. The candy in the bowl is magic. Egg's hand, like the stumps at the end of his hands, have a strange aura to them as well. And of course, the puddle in.
What
And-
kind of school of magic is Puddlin?
Puddle in is transmutation,
Okay, obvious.
and egg is illusion.
Mmm.
Is my black goo magical?
Yes, that would be necromancy.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And
Having detected that it's illusion magic.
so the candies in the bowl are all different schools of magic.
Okay.
Oh, it's because we stole the candies.
I mean, you guys did.
Did Madam take any candy?
No, I didn't fucking touch shit in here.
Yeah,
Yeah, the rest
exactly.
of us took
Fine.
candy.
Nope, not even Thame did.
Well, Fame never made it down here.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Either way.
Noticing that it's illusion magic, can I go over to Egg and try to feel past the stumps if his hands are bare and just masked?
You certainly can, and you can grasp air and knife.
Aha!
Well, I tied the knife there. Of course, I'm gonna avoid the
No,
knife.
I know, but I'm just saying that that's where his hands would be.
Grasp
Okay.
knife.
Activated my trap card.
So, I know you probably were like doing something, but I tried healing his hand, so you would have seen me put my hands on his stumps as if nothing was there.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
gonna ruffle through.
I would
I
notice
guess
if my
I
hands were
wouldn't know
really
that.
there.
Never mind.
I'm sorry, two people were just talking at once. I didn't hear what Egg said.
I was just saying I would notice if my hands were
Mm.
actually there.
Yeah.
And just invisible.
knowing Egg, though, who knows?
Hey! I resemble that remark.
Do you let us know that the candies are magical?
What?
Does the
Oh,
madam-
you're asking Madam Beldam?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm more concerned about the bigger
figured.
problems. Yes. So can I try and discern like the power of the magic to see what I'd be more capable of dealing with?
You're fairly certain that it is powerful magic. But I can't really... Detect magic doesn't have that ability.
Right, I know, but I mean like knowing like the schools of magic, can I like I don't know how to word it. Like further like investigate and
What are you
maybe get
hoping
a
to
sense
learn?
of the magic? Like if it's worth me trying to dispel the magic, or if I know it's like beyond my means.
I will not tell you that.
Makes sense.
Hmm. Okay, well, I'll try and deal with Egg because I already used a good spell to put her in the jar. Uh, so I'll walk over to Egg and try and dispel magic on his hands.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic. Pop it up.